Welcome back to some more Sakura fantasy. So, from where I last left off, apparently Raylan was suffering from a nightmare of the sorts, in which it results in her having the day off. And then it resulted to, no, not really resulted, but after she had the day off, she got promoted to having her job role as the palace guard. Although it didn't really do much for her because she just sitting there listening to some political shenanigans. But she was able to meet the noblewoman. Apparently, I was hinting or predicting that the noblewoman is the empress. And then there is the star falling from the sky, in which the the noblewoman told Raylan to look out from the outside of the swords, which is interesting. We're approaching at a pretty all right start from here. That's all I can say. All right, let's continue. Don't want to go any further. Right. So while I was trying to continue reading, the Roomba decided to go off on its own. All right. Let's continue on while at it. Everyone is on edge after the star fell from the heavens. Never before has something fallen from the sky, so everyone has a theory as to what it means. The most popular one is that the end times are coming. But aren't they already here? I don't know any other cities that are still standing. The capital is the only place which has managed to thrive in the blighted wilderness. The last time we heard any news from another city was 10 years ago. I can't help but think that they're gone too, unless they became isolationists like us. There might be a chance that it's still thriving. My far-seeing can't reach far enough for me to confirm it. So, aren't we already on the edge of destruction? We're probably building our own tomb in a feeble attempt to keep the darkness out. Wall after wall, defense after defense. But for all that, there's something that everyone knows all too well. The capital stands alone against the darkness around it. No matter how mighty it is, it still stands alone. An empire's strength is its entirety, not just its capital. And we have lost nearly everything. So they just give you another dialogue choice. I prefer... I have high hopes. That's a really bleak outlook, though. I like to be more optimistic than that. If we doubt, then we'll be consumed by the darkness. I, of all people, should know that we cannot doubt. But it's hard to ignore all the doomsayers who walk through the streets of the capital. Everyone is afraid. They've been afraid for a very long time, but the falling star brought those fears to the surface. There's been some talk that the council plans to promote novices much earlier than they should, too. The soldiers and guards around the capital are being stretched thin. More are needed if they are to maintain order. That noblewoman's words have haunted me since we last spoke too. Did she call that star down from the sky? What do the stars have to do with her? That's a good question. I should talk with Gwen about this. She knows her history a lot better than I do. I thought life as a soldier would be a lot simpler than this. But it's only become more complicated. I love it if all my problems could be solved just by stabbing a few monsters. It seems that life isn't so simple, though. I need to go see Gwen today. There should be a brief moment before I have to leave for guard duty. In fact, I'd better hurry up and visit her. To my surprise, Gwen wasn't anywhere near her office today. After wondering, I found her standing out in the training grounds looking dazed. Why'd she out in the training grounds of all places? Shouldn't she be in her office right now? When she looks at me, the look on her face says everything. So, let's put it right here.
レイリン、どうしたの？
Get straight to the question, check if Gwyn's okay. Let's cut to the
星に
chase.
まつわるアルデナ様の伝承とか何か知らない？星？なぜ星なの？先週落ちてきた星と何か関係が？ないといえば嘘になるわね。
Gwyn gives me a weak smile.
ヘイリン、あなたって本当に面白い子ね。
I am always curious.
今すぐ思い浮かぶものがないのだけれど、星にまつわる伝承なら昔からたくさんあるわ。
Well, there may have been some. Gee, I wonder.
城内にある書庫で調べるなら許可を申請する必要がありそう。でもこれだけの仕事を片付けたんだもの、キラ教官にダメだなんて言わせないわ。ありがとうグイン、疲れてるのに頼むわね。
It's like finally progress. Before I'm about to leave, she calls after me.
ねえ、お返しに私からも頼み事をしてもいいかしら。手の空いている時で構わないのだけれど、あなたの能力が必要なの。
That's strange. I thought you don't like it when I'm farseeing.
あなたの都合のいい時でいいからね。
I can tell that she's just about to collapse. I'd better get her to a bed.
いいわよ。さあ、今はベッドへ向かって。休むのも大切な任務よ。
Damn, it's like you're already overworked to begin with.
ありがとう、レイリー。そうするわね。
Some small part of me feels slight envy. I can't take days off like she can. No, now's not the time for petty jealousy. I have guard duty at the castle today. I need to go get ready. Okay. So now, oh great, now we gotta listen to fucking politics again. As as being part of guard duty. As I arrive to the council chamber, I'm just in time to see the councilmen shuffling to their seats. They begin as they always do, with a list of items to discuss and address. It seems like it's going to be another boring day with these councilmen. Ah, fucking hell. The guardsman from the week before is also here too. Welcome back. I hope you're ready for more droning. I know that I'm not.
私もよ。そんな覚悟持ち合わせてないわ。
Just bear with me then. Think of it as a training exercise. You think is listening to politics as part of a training exercise? Oh my god. That doesn't make it sound much better. What the councilmen are debating about today seems to be the best way to cart supplies through the city. You're well aware that our roads are becoming very hard to navigate. The population density of our capital has become nearly unmanageable. How exactly do we provide a way in order to reduce the traffic on our roads? Why don't we simply build more roads then? But that's what we're already doing. These roads are becoming choked faster than we can build new ones. Then obviously the problem is that we're not investing enough resources into this. Might I also remind you that the streets are almost becoming labyrinth-like? Our best architects are already overloaded with work, simply figuring out how to add more roads inside the city. What we need to it, after a while, I just let my mind drift out of my body. Listening to them is extremely draining. I wonder if anyone has died of boredom while on guard duty for this chamber. Maybe I could do a bit of farseeing while I wait for these idiots to finish talking. I'm surprised you haven't did that earlier. I'm thinking about what's happening at Hmm. The bathhouses, the barracks. Gee, which one to choose through? I don't know if it. Check over at the barracks. I'm thinking about what's happening at the barracks. There's always a moment of vertigo before I let my vision take over. Something in my head seems to open up and let my soul out. I quickly get over it. However, my vision clears up and the barracks are empty at the moment. They must be all be doing their training. The funny thing is that staring at an empty room is more interesting than listening to the councilman. Actually, it isn't. Even the droning of the council is better than silence. Let's try the bathhouse instead. There's so much I've heard about the bathhouses. My curiosity is going to make my head implode unless I find out more. It also put me as far away as I could possibly be from the council chamber, so I'll gladly suffer through it. As my vision changes, I see... Gwen? Wow. What a... Can't even go 11 to 20 minutes without seeing shit like this. She's lying on some kind of stone slab, her chest pressed up against it. There's not a single shred of cloth covering her at all. All of her pale skin is shown. I can see small streams of water coming from her flowing golden hair. Enchanted lights hanging from the ceiling, radiating warmth which I can visibly see shimmering in the air. I had no idea that it was such an elaborate setup inside those baths. Gwen shifts slightly like she's uncomfortable. The movement is enough to make her body quake a little bit. She turns her head to the right.
少し暑すぎるみたい。光を弱めてくださらない？
A few seconds later, the lights of the crystals dim a bit. She smiles in approval.
完璧よ。ありがとう。
Gwen doesn't seem out of place with any of these sophisticated treatments. She's perfectly content to bask in the warm glow of those absurdly expensive-looking crystals. She happily turns over, exposing her other side to the crystals. There isn't a single part of her that she doesn't allow the crystal's warm light to touch. Sorry about that. I thought I can, get away with eating, but might have to do that later. Steam rises from her body, obscuring my view of her slightly. She stretches herself out, laying her body bare before the crystals. And an eternity seems to pass as she looks up at the ceiling. A small sigh of pure contentment passes through her lips.
天国だわ。今だけは外の世界で起きていることを忘れられそう。今はここに私だけ。私一人だけ。
She turns back over, allowing her eyes to close as she leans forward onto her chest. I don't think she could be happier at the moment if she wanted to be. Being here really does fill her with joy. Yeah, because she needs to relax from all that work. Doing paperwork is hard for her, apparently.
とても暖かくて広いわ。まるでお湯の海の中を漂ってるみたい。
She shifts herself slightly, trying to move her lower body beneath the cluster of crystals. Once she's happy, she turns around again to face the ceiling.
とてもいいみたい。体を乾かすならこれが一番だわ。
From the side of her stone slab, she grabs what looks like a ball of clay.
これとっても肌にいいらしいけれど、実際に使ってみないと美容効果なんてわからないわよね。
Is this like some sort of skincare? She takes the clay and begins to rub it on herself.
こんな色だけどまるで絹みたい。
Oh yeah.
とても滑らかなのね。
Oh yeah, no, this is definitely corn. Oh my god. She leaves no part uncovered as she works her way down her body. Clay on her chest, her thighs, everything.
この泥の効果ですべすべなお肌になるといいな。
Not even the hottest forges in the capital could match the heat coming from my burning face. This is so embarrassing. Gwen's not stopping either. She's going to keep going until she's covered herself thoroughly in it. This is too much for me. I'm going to clear this vision from my head. I'm just going to have to hope that no one notices how furiously I'm blushing. As I come back to the council chamber, the repetitive drone of their voices begins to drill itself into my head. Are you suggesting that the fallen star has some significant meaning? But it is but a merely anomaly, nothing which should influence our business today. You cannot deny the unrest it has caused, though. The city is in a worse state of panic than it's ever been in a long time. What course of action do you suggest we take in order to stifle this panic? More guards patrolling the streets. We have to ensure law and order. Doomsayers are to be arrested on sight, too. We can't have them fear-mongering. But we barely have enough soldiers as it is. We may have to dip further into our reservoirs of novices. As much as I doubt they'd help, I'm afraid we have no choice. All in favor in promoting more novices? All councilmen voiced their agreements with the plan. Then we have settled that matter. As a summary, promote more novices, arrest doomsayers, and put more soldiers on the streets. Even though his face is covered by his helmet, I can tell what my fellow guardsman is thinking. Leaning over, he whispers to me again. Welcome to week 2. It only gets worse from here. You'll go mad if you listen to them for too long. I could see you're learning to not listen to it, though. In fact, you nearly fell asleep there. I nearly collapsed while far seeing. I'd better be more careful with it in the future. I know it's hard, but just stay awake for a bit longer. That's funny. She nearly collapsed. That's so amusing, man. Again. They usually conclude their business within an hour. It can't come soon enough.
冗談でしょ。そんなに耐えられないわ。
Agreed. Moving on into another important matter now. Have we had any news from the scouting parties we sent into the mires? None. They're definitely dead by now. I see. Then there is nothing to be discussed there. How could he be so cold? Those soldiers are dead due to their poor decision making. Perhaps life is cheap when you make it to the top. This brings me back to my previous point last week. Are you still all opposed to the idea that these beasts are intelligent? We have already debated this. The dead scouting parties do not mean that the beasts are intelligent. We need proof and evidence before we can act. The next time we are willing to take a risk, we should devise a means of testing them. To send more people to their deaths? The dead can't tell us anything, councilman. Perhaps we can find someone with a gift, which enables them to speak to the dead? Would such a gift even exist? Even so, how would we find someone with a gift so specific? It would be foolish to waste our time and resources looking for such a gift. I suggest we drop this discussion for now. It is not going to yield anything useful. Agreed. We must focus our time on more important subjects. The walls have been dealing with increased attacks since the star fell. The impact must have agitated the wildlife. It's to be expected. It agitated the city too. Nothing to worry too much about. The frequency of attacks should die down after a few weeks. I must voice my agreement. There is no action to be taken in regard to this. That is, no actions which we shouldn't be taking anyway. We are already driving for more recruitment and more bodies to defend the walls. As they continue to debate among themselves, I hear footsteps behind me. Soft footsteps. They couldn't belong to another armored guardsman. Wait, it's that noblewoman from before. What is she doing here? Greetings, Empress. We are surprised that you have joined us again. Have you matters you wish to speak about? Empress? The Empress herself? Well, okay, so I was right. Judging by it with the noble clothes, I thought, she would be the Empress. That's who she is? I spoke to the Empress directly and I didn't even know. Okay, so it's Ardina. It was talking about the Ardina, the Empress. Something about her has changed. When I look at her face, I don't see that helpless look of loss. What of it? There was light, there was noise, then there was nothing. I am sorry, my Empress, but we do not see why that star matters at all. That emotionless mask Ardina wears is breaking. She's really agitated. I can't help but fidget as I watch her. The star. It's about the star, isn't it? What does that star mean to you, Ardina? Why won't you talk about it?
問題ならあるわ、議長。我々人類に直接関わるとても大きな問題が。
Could you explain why or provide any proof of that claim? Another question, what do you even want to do about that star?
では一つだけ。あの星が落ちた場所へ兵士たちを派遣するのです。
Deathly silence permeates through the chamber. All of the councilmen simply look at her. What you are requesting is absolutely foolish. I agree, that star landed somewhere out in the mires, perhaps beyond it. And you're asking us to send a group of our best in there to die? You haven't even explained what is so important about this. Not a single voice in the chamber offers any support for Ardina's request. I can tell she's trying to restrain her emotion, but it's starting to show.
あなた方が以前、例の沼地へ捜索隊を派兵したと聞き及んでいます。それならば、どうして私の意見が口頭無形なのでしょう。
We debated for weeks before we decided to send them, and now they're all dead. Anyone else we send would meet the same fate. Ardina, has your old age finally gotten to you? We understand if that's why you no longer participate in debate. Your mind... Before he can finish, I can feel the council chamber rumbling. Where did that come from? I rub my eyes and look again. It's coming from Ardina. That empty basin look is completely gone from her face. It's replaced with seething anger. Ghostly, ethereal light pours from her, filling the entire chamber. It burns around her in an aura, crackling with otherworldly power. Her power is actually causing the very building to shake around her. How is this possible? Before, I thought she didn't express emotion at all. Cowering in their seats, the councilmen tried to shield their eyes from the light. No one dares to say a word to the enraged Empress, simply staring at her in awe. The main speaker of the council backs off from her, step by step. Empress, what has possessed you? Empress, please stop this. You're going to tear these chambers apart. Among the chaos, I can clearly hear Ardina. Her voice is powerful, yet quivering with emotion. It drowns out all other voices. It's as if the entire world has gone silent just to hear what she has to say.
あなたは今、この私を否定しました。そして、武作法にも 私がこの国を統治するにふさわしくないと糾弾した。そうですね。この何年というもの、私が願ったいかなる事案でもあなたたち議会は退け続けた。
They've openly denied her for this long? She really was just a figurehead then.
ですが今回ばかりは私の命に背くことは許しません。私は女王であり、あなた方議員は己の立場を思い知りなさい。私はこの場にいる全員の年齢を合わせたよりも長く生きている。これまで幾千幾百万もの戦いを見た。あなた方の想像を絶する死を多数見てきた。
Wait, so because you're empress and you're and then but because of the politics involved and everything is gee, I wonder which country had that, similar treatment.
統治者としてふさわしくないなどとは言わせません。ましてや気が触れたなどと。あなた方ごときの人生と経験ではあの星が何を意味するのかなど到底理解できぬでしょう。
The speaker tries his best to calm her down. Empress, please calm down. Just tell us what the star means so we can understand. We did not mean any harm by that statement either. We were just...
私を案じたとでも？それとも今回はあなたの思い通りにいかなかったことを危惧したのではないのですか？これまでのような取り繕うような嘘にはもううんざりです。事実だけを簡潔に述べなさい。そしてこれだけは言っておきます。今までとは違い、これは私の意見ではありません。女王からの命令です。あの沼地へと赴くことを厭わぬ兵士を集めなさい。望みうる限りの精鋭たちを。さもなければあなた方を解任し、新たな議会を招集しましょう。
Ardina's got to look for another group of politicians that aren't, idiots.
自分たちの地位に甘え慢心する者たちよ。私はお前たちの女王であることを常に肝に銘じておくことです。
Well, we do have the Empress who has lived over hundreds of years. After that, her light fades and she returns to her normal appearance. She nearly burned my eyes out with that. Finished with her speech, Ardina turns her back on the council. She takes a moment to look at me before she's gone again. Did I just see the Empress of the legends? The one who glowed with light and banished the darkness with her footsteps? When I looked back to the council, all of them looked terrified. Well, do we have any further items we need to discuss? How exactly do you think we should respond to the Empress' insistence? I think it would be best to hear her out this one time. Although I am normally the voice of cynicism in this room. Well, you are the skeptical councilman after all. Even though you're a bit of a snooty little shithead. That is understandable. We all agree on the Empress's proposal. Is that right? All of them voice of their agreement. Do we have any other outstanding business that we must deal with right now? No one says a thing. I think it would be best to adjourn this meeting for now then. Is everyone in favor? Once again, the decision is agreed upon with no opposition. You didn't see or hear any of this. Understood, guardsman? I can only vacantly nod my head. It's enough to make him go away. Dumbfounded, I just stand there for a moment, taking in what I had just witnessed. My fellow guardsman must be in awe too, because he's not moving either. Damn, I've never seen that happen before. I guess this was your lucky day. The council chambers will never be this exciting again.
それってラッキーなこと下手をすれば私たち今頃は瓦礫の下敷きだったかもしれないわ。
I mean, yeah, look what you guys are inside the area where there are pillars. inside the fucking chamber. They're gonna crush your ass. Perhaps. It would have been better to have that happen, though. Rather than listen to these politicians keep talking. I can't help but shake my head at him. He's like, man, you sound like you're really asking to not live in this world. Does he really hate being here that much? I mean, you hate No, you can't have it both ways. You, I thought you were on the same page as him. I've been here a long time, and that's the first time I've seen anything like this. Things are going to change very soon. And it's about time that happened. What's even better is that we're off duty now. I don't know about you, but I'm out of here. Sure enough, he's gone in an instant. Excuse me. I'm too busy taking in what I saw to really care, though. Even though the council has adjourned their meeting for today, I still have guard duty. I'd better get to patrolling the hallways then. Ah, man. Over 30 minutes in. It's another moonlit night. A light. That's funny. It's another moonlit night by the time I'm off duty tonight. That's what happens when I read too fast. By the time I'm off duty. The rest of my day was uneventful after what I saw in the council chambers. I'm tired, to say the least. Maybe guard duty is supposed to be some kind of twisted endurance training. Keira does love her unusual training regimes. Stop complaining, relax for a moment. I'm pretty sure both are like the same thing. Let's relax. I suppose I could take a moment to relax. It's not like there's anyone watching me. I once again hear soft footsteps echoing through the halls. Gee, I wonder who it is. The empress seems to have stopped to look at me.
失礼しました。いらっしゃったとは気づかなくて。
She responds with a gentle smile.
良いのですよ。
Okay, so good to know that this is Ardina the Empress.
私が誰であるかなど些細なこと。
I really don't think I could do that. I'm only speaking with a legendary figure.
またいつかのように他愛のない話でもしたいものね。
陛下のご命令でしたら、喜んで。
See, at least the main character actually gives a shit about, what Ardina wants, considering that, she's been looking for the Empress. I don't know if Raylan farseed the Empress, although, like, the farseeing could, it could get her caught, but, yeah.
では今、少しだけ話をしましょうか。
Have a discussion this time? Oh shit. She wanders over to one of the many windows in the hallway, leaning on its sill. The light of the moon illuminates her face, making her seem even more ghostly. Oh, okay, at least we have a tolerable thumbnail this time, for part 3. I mean, the one thumbnail where Raylan farseed Gwen in the bathhouse again was ridiculous enough. In the moonlight, her otherworldly beauty becomes more prominent.
天から星が降りてきた。
ありえない出来事が本当に起こってしまいましたね。
Well, I did look over at the window as told.
ええ。でもいつかは起こりうることでした。遅いか早いかの差。ただそれだけのことです。
けれど、どうしてこんなことが起きるってご存知だったんですか？
え ある人がそう言っていたから。
Someone promised her?
それは一体誰なんですか？陛下、どこの誰が言ったんです？
ある人としか。
There's no answer to be had here.
それじゃあ、あの星は一体何なんです？街中で噂になっている終末予言のこととか、やっぱりあれなんでしょうか？世界の終わりを告げる前触れだとか。
Doomsday.
あの星の重要性が人々の中で失われていくとは、時代とはいえ残念なことです。
Again, she refuses to explain anything.
どうしてあの星のことを誰にも教えないんです？
Yeah, I mean the fucking annoying ass politicians, well, don't care about the star unless, you know, they're explained the meaning behind it, but
彼らがそこにいなかったからでしょうか。
そこにいなかったと、それはどこのことです？それに彼らって女王陛下、一体どういう意味なんですか？
yeah, what are you saying?
残念ですが、あなたに教えたところで理解できないでしょう。
We're not going to be told the, you know, something we can comprehend then.
彼を覚えている者はもう今はどこにもいない。
Him? Who could she be talking about?
私が最後の一人なのです。
You're the only one left.
あなたもあの場にいてくれればよかったのですが。
Him? What, is there a god that we gotta that we couldn't see?
あの光、以前はあれよりもっと輝きを保っていたのです。女王も王ともかつては必要なかった。だが今ではこの王との現状はすっかり見ての通り。
Despite how powerful she looked in the council chamber, she now looks very tired.
私の気が触れたなどと。でも事実は全く違う。私は星が降りてくる日をずっと長い時の中で待ち続けていたのです。
A very long time.
そしてついに星が降りてきた今、私の進むべき道は明らかでしょう。
Damn, I guess there is a chance of hope for you. I see something very human in her for the first time. The empress has made herself vulnerable just for a moment.
あの星のことで教えてあげられることはただ一つだけ。あれは変革をもたらす。それもとてつもなく大きな変革を。
変革っていうのはいい方向にですか？それとも悪い方向？
それは私にも不明だ。未来を予知することなどできない。
So, because a star fell from the sky, is a definition of a change for the future. And it doesn't, and so it doesn't really, you know, determines the better or worse, huh?
私が知っていることは、あの星が変革をもたらすという、ただそれだけのこと。 えばあなたは先ほど会議場で私があの者たちに命じたことを聞いていましたね。
Well, yes. We first met by the same palace hallways or castle hallways.
今や王都の未来はあなたのような兵士たちの双肩にかかっていると言っても過言ではないでしょう。それが誰であっても。
Whoever they may be. She quietly gazes out the window. Something about her just seems lonely.
私一人でも星を探すことは不可能ではない。だがしかし私とて愚かではない。探索業で万が一にも私が死んでしまえば王都がどうなってしまうか。あの議長たちの会議の様子は見たでしょ。
Yeah, they were treating you like the figurehead.
些細なことでも彼らの手に委ねてしまえば破滅まで向かってしまう。民は今これまで以上に女王の力を欲しているのです。
ではどうしてあの人たちを議員のままにしておくんですか？解散させることだってできるのでしょう。
Yeah, you are the ruler of this kingdom. If you're getting tired of these, politicians being incompetent in themselves and making like bad decisions, then why not do something about it?
これについては前々から考えていることがあって。
Just because you thought about it a long time doesn't mean doesn't mean it's going to go anywhere else.
いずれ時が来ればそのようにするでしょう。
No, the time for it means now. You said it's been going through for over a decade by then.
今は彼らがあの地にとどまることを許しているだけに過ぎません。
Are you sure about that?
今回の件では私に背くことはないでしょう。
I mean, even if you did your power, even though you already did your whole threatening power, it's still not going to change. I don't know.
彼らが町の実権を握ってはいるが、私がこの王都の女王なのだから。
For a moment, she seems to look out at the cityscape before her.
さすがにもう遅い時間ね。この衛兵さん、兵舎へ戻りなさい。きっとまた会えることでしょう。
I'm not sure if I hope to meet her again. Something tells me that I will, though. Oh. The next morning, I'm back at the training grounds today. I'm not on guard duty. Thank the Creator. Thank the Lord. After all that's happened in those chambers, I'll never complain about hitting wooden dummies again. In fact, it's nice to be able to hit something after listening to those councilmen for so long. Unfortunately, Kara motions for us to cease training. The first day I get back to it, and there's already going to be interruptions.
全員注目。
Oh, great. Just when I was about to have fun.
兵士諸君、突然だが、これより女王陛下がこの訓練場を視察してくださることになった。くれぐれも無礼のないように、諸君の兵士としての力量を見せてやれ。以上だ。
Ardina is visiting us right now? Oh shit. I mean, it's not like I wanted to visit the Empress badly due to last night, but no one knows her reason for visiting today, but I can take a guess. After what I saw in the council chamber, I know it could be for no reason other than recruiting. Ardina looks much the same as she did when she last visited. She's wearing her emotionless mask. She takes a moment to wait for the rest of the novices in the barracks to assemble themselves.
新兵の諸君、 それに未来の衛兵たちよ、今日は頼み事があってここへ来ました。
Despite her lack of emotion, her words still sound inspirational. Not a single person looks away. They're waiting on her every word.
皆が知っての通り、先週空から星が落ちてきた。あの星が一体何なのか、さまざまな憶測が飛び交っているのは皆も知っているでしょう。
Well, I already know what that.
しかし、あれの正体を明かすためには直接目で見ることでしか判別はつきません。そこであの星が落ちた元へ向かう特別捜索隊を編成します。荒廃した大地を越え、不毛な沼地へと赴く勇敢なる英士を募りたいと思う。誰か志願する者はおりませんか？無論危険な旅になるだろう。諸君が拒んだところで私はそのことで責めたりはしません。だが女王は勇敢なる者が必ずや現れると信じています。どうか私の求めに応じてはくれまいか。
Most of the novices look away. I can't blame them. What she is asking for is practically suicide. It's one thing to be on the walls and just defending. It's another to actually brave the wilderness to seek a fallen star. Hera also looks shocked. She wasn't expecting something like this.
陛下、ここにいるのは見習い兵士か新兵ばかりです。お言葉ですが、彼らに勝つにはいささか過酷な任務なのでは。
She's like, whoa, hold on. My novices are still in training, though.
まだ実戦を経験していない者たちばかりです。
Exactly.
今しばらくお時間をいただけませんでしょうか。
あなたの言うことはもっともだ。しかし、ことは一刻を争うのです、キラよ。
Oh, so the time is now? Oh no.
今一度言います。これは強制ではありません。あくまで志願兵を募りたいのです。あなたたちの中にあの星のもとへ向かってくれる者が必ずいると私は信じています。
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Her vacant eyes surveyed the entire crowd before her. As I'm about to step forward, I feel a hand on my shoulder. It's Gwen holding me back. Uh-oh. I already know what she's gonna say. She's like, what are you doing?
バカな真似はやめて。沼地へ行こうだなんて言っちゃダメよ。きっと生きて帰ってこられないわ。
Never before have her words sounded as grave as they do now. Relenting, I step back into the crowd. I think the Empress noticed me when I do, though. The crowd parts as she begins to walk towards me.
やはりか。また会いましたね。
I mean, it's not a coincidence, is it?
あなたには不思議な縁を感じる。
Oh no. Let me guess. Are you gonna make me the volunteer to send me out into the into the Perel of all things?
私の直感はよく当たる。過去似たような状況があったが、そうした直感をもとに成功へと導いてきました。故にあなたへ恋いたい。
This is what I will ask of you.
この度の探索へぜひ行ってはくれませんか。
Oh shit. All the other novices gape at me in awe. The Empress herself has requested for Raylan to go on this journey. They talk among themselves excitedly. the Empress seems to notice their chatter.
そういえば前に話した時名前も尋ねていなかったですね。失礼をしました、レイリー。
Wait, what? Raylan. Oh. Okay. So Ardina didn't ask for her name, but considering that, Raylan knows, the name of the Empress, and then, she recognized the identity, already know the identity, so before her eyes.
そういえば前に話した時名前も尋ねていなかったですね。失礼をしました、レイリー。
Unbelievable. Her words caused an even stronger reaction than before. Raylan has spoken with the Empress before? How could that happen? Ignoring the rumor mongers, Ardina focuses her full attention on me.
今一度あなたに頼みたい。どうか言ってはくれませんか？
Expectation weighs heavily on me right now. Everyone seems to be holding their breath. Before I can open my mouth to reply, Kara steps
お
in.
待ちください。自分の身一つすら守れないこんなひよっこを一人荒野へと向かわせるわけにはいきません。レイリーには彼女には荷が重すぎます、陛下。
ではあなたが共に行くというのはどう？キラ。
Raylan is bored of, her daily life. So gotta ease the boredom with, something else, it seems. It's not often that I see my instructor knocked off
し
balance.
かし私にはここでの任務があります。
なるほど。でも先ほども言った通り私は強いているわけではありません。沼地へ行こうがここにとどまろうがそれはあなた次第です。この衛星が危険なものであることは重々覚悟しておいてほしい。
Well, no shit. Torn between her work and this proposal, Kara looks over to me.
私には新兵たちの安全を守り逆境に打ち勝てるよう彼らを鍛える責務があります。だが教官として新米衛士レイリンを一人危険な地へ赴かせることはできません。もし彼女が行くというならば私も参ります。
I will arrange for someone to take my place while I am gone. Someone else steps forward from the crowd. None other than Gwyn. She's stony-faced, trying to hide her fear.
私友人を一人だけで行かせることなんてできません。
Oh, Gwyn is joining in as well? Oh boy. Oh boy. We have a band of misfits right here. Holy shit.
お願いです。私も同行させてください。
So we have Raylan, her friend, and the instructor, Oh my god. So is Gwyn also a novice? I mean, we have two novices and a freaking a highly skilled fighter.
おい待ってくれ。お前が不在となるとその穴を埋めるには相当数の書記官が必要だぞ、グイーン。
Yeah, and she's gonna be like, yeah, well, I don't want to see my one and only friend, be in the perils of danger, so.
それはそうでしょうね。でもそれはキラ教官と同じことです。私がいなくなっても大丈夫なように他の書記官も頑張れるいい機会になるかと思います。
Kara is shaking her head, but she's smiling too.
よろしい。どうやら あなたたち3名が勇敢なる英士たちというわけですね。
For the first time, I see the empress smiling.
すぐに城から知らせが来るだろう。あとは任せました。
Well, that was easy.
お言葉ですが陛下、遠征にあたって我々には準備時間が必要です。
Yeah, give us some more time. You can't just send me, you can't just kick us out and on an adventure.
どうか1ヶ月ほどの猶予をお許し願えませんでしょうか。この新兵2人の訓練はまだ十分とは言えません。
The smile disappears from Ardina's face, but she accepts.
いいでしょう。荒野へ出るまで1ヶ月間の準備期間を認めます。
Yay! We're given a time limit for this.
その間、しっかりと励みなさい。
Like, wow. Absolutely ridiculous.
探索で必要なものがあれば、何でもこちらで用意させます。遠慮なく私に言いなさい。
ありがとうございます、陛下。全力を尽くします。我々3人が必ずやご期待に応えましょう。
ええ、あなたたちを信じています。私からの要件は以上です。さあ、訓練を続けなさい、新兵たちよ。
Okay, good.
誰も志願がなかったことは残念ではあるが、いちいち咎めたりはしない。
Though she puts it that way, the novices still seem to be ashamed. Yet they still don't have the courage to step forward.
では、訓練を続けなさい。あなたたちなりのやり方で誇りを示してくれればそれで良いのです。
Do your empress proud in your own way. As the empress leaves, Kara looks at a loss with herself.
とんでもない任務を引き受けてしまったな。
She's sitting here and be like, oh, great. I can't believe we're taken to a suicide mission at a time like
お
this.
前たちの勇気は確かに素晴らしいが、勇気だけでこの任務を果たすのはかなり難しいぞ。少し早いが、今日の訓練はここまでとしよう。今後のことについて綿密な計画を立てなければな。
Kara disappears back into the barracks. All of the novices leave the training grounds as soon as she does. Soon, it's only me left. Had she planned for this the entire time? Did she already decide that I was going to go on this journey? I don't know what to think now. Have I just condemned myself to dying namelessly in the wilderness? No, I can't think like that. I will be ready for whatever lies out there. If I remember correctly, the star landed north. Wait, if it's landed out there, then that means I'd better not get ahead of myself. I need to prepare. If that star has landed where I think it has, then I absolutely must make it there. Failure is not an option. And, you know, it ends just like that. Would you look at that? Alright, so what have I learned from this occasion right here? Raylan had to listen to politics for the second time and see, you know, the Empress's appearance. And, you know, because of her discussion with the Empress, talking about the, you know, what the star meeting, you know, a change of the future. And then she gets to see the Empress again, like usual, at the during a day of training, where the Empress announces that she needed volunteers to scout over to the Myers to find a location of where the star landed. And of course, Raylan is like, well, I guess I'll step in. But of course, while she hesitated, the Empress, requested her to begin with, and well, it's not only her, but an additional two. This is going to be exciting. I hate it. Anyway, next part, we'll see the remaining months to prepare for the peril of the mission. So, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.